Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I'm Olajide Bello, and you can follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta/live.ng or all our social media handles displayed on your screen for update. The President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, congratulates the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, on his new appointment as the Chief of Staff to the President. In a statement, Senator Lawan also congratulated Senators Ibrahim Hassan Hadeja and George Akume on their appointments as Deputy Chief of Staff to the President and Secretary to the Government of the Federation. He describes the appointments as most appropriate as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has put a round peg in a round hole. And the new Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, says he is committed to ensuring that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu delivers good governance to Nigerians. He stated this while receiving well wishes at his residence in Abuja. Mitaire Ipen reports on these and the profile of the new SGF.
Following his appointment as Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume's Abuja residence continues to attract politicians and other eminent Nigerians.
Almighty God, we commit him unto your hands.
The SGF is receptive to the prayers and best wishes of Nigerians, and he says the Tinubu administration will not disappoint.
Nigerians should expect a lot more.
Amen.
In line with the promises and mandate of our own leader and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Born on the 27th of December 1953 in Wanune, Tarka local government area of Benue State, George Akume obtained a bachelor's degree in sociology and a master's degree in industrial and labor relations, both from the University of Ibadan. He cut his teeth early in politics as Secretary, Boko local government area from 1988 to 1989, and later served as sole administrator of Ida and Boko local government areas. He served 2 terms as governor of Benue State from 1999 to 2007, and also served 3 consecutive terms as senator representing Benue North Senatorial District from 2007 to 2019. George Akume was appointed Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs by former President Muhammadu Buhari on 21st August 2019, a position he held till May 29, 2023. With his latest appointment, he becomes the 20th Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
We wish to thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for taking this decision. It's a case of a square peg in a square hole.
This appears to be the beginning of democracy in the country because the President is a senator, a former governor of a state. The vice president was a governor, a serving senator of the Federal Republic, and the president has talent hunted and found George Akume.
Analysts believe George Akume's vast knowledge of politics and intergovernmental affairs will be brought to bear in coordinating the engine room of government.
Is not only well grounded, but somebody that understands the nuances of governance at the different levels.
You must have that art, that ability, that craftsmanship to settle crisis. No wonder he has this appointment as Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
The new SGF is expected to guide the Tinubu administration in the task of mending fences and effectively managing the nation's diversity. In Abuja, Mitaire Ipen, NTA.
The Senate President Ahmed Lawan has praised former President Muhammadu Buhari for paving the way for positive legislative reforms and other infrastructure during his tenure. He was speaking when he led elders of Yobe State on a courtesy visit to the immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari in his hometown in Daura.
The visit by elders of Yobe State was show appreciation to the former President Muhammadu Buhari for executing development projects in Yobe State in particular and the country as a whole. The delegation led by Senate President Ahmed Lawan acknowledged the commitment of the Buhari administration in infrastructure development, pointing out that Nigerians will continue to remember him for good.
It is a fact that the former president and his administration worked so hard to bring peace, to bring stability, to bring security, to bring infrastructural development to Nigeria. In the northeast, we have achieved that peace, that security, compared to where we were in 2015.
Former President Muhammadu Buhari thanked the delegation for the visit. He noted with satisfaction the support and cooperation accorded him as president. Chief Executive Officers of Nigeria Customs Service and that of NDLEA fed similar thank you visit to the former president in his country home, Daura, Katsina State. Hussein Suleiman, NTA News.
Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State has emerged chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. The election was conducted in Bauchi during a one-day retreat organized for PDP elected officials. Awal Abdullahi reports.
These are PDP stakeholders across the country who converge on Bauchi for a one-day retreat of elected officials. The interface is to discuss the primary objectives of the party through efficient legislation for a successful implementation of policies and programs in line with the party's agenda.
You must please remain resolute. Do not work in isolation from one another. You are a team and should always work as a team in order to achieve meaningful results and also remain connected to your roots, your constituents.
We must realize that our actions and inactions have consequences for the future of this party. I call on us to uphold party discipline, support the party, and also make sure that at all costs we will be there for the party.
Meanwhile, after extensive deliberation, all the PDP governors unanimously elected Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State as chairman of PDP Governors Forum and Governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, as deputy chairman.
We'll try our best with my colleague, the Governor of Rivers, Governor Fubara, to make sure we give this forum the vibrancy and the leadership it requires at the time when synergy, collaboration, and interaction are required.
The meeting centered on the need for unity among minority members of the National Assembly in order to ensure effective legislation. In Bauchi, Awal Abdullahi, NTA News.
Members of Taraba State House of Assembly have elected their speaker. These follow the state governor's proclamation and subsequent inauguration of the 10th Assembly. Correspondent Simon Daladiata completes the report.
Reading the proclamation for the inauguration of the 10th Assembly of the Taraba State House of Assembly, Clerk of the House, Mela Ongu, said it is the constitutional duty of the governor to issue a proclamation for the 10th Assembly to commence.
I, Dr. Abuja, Governor of Taraba State of Nigeria, in excess of the powers conferred upon me by subsection 3 of section 105 of the same and all other powers enabling me in that behalf, the first session of the 10th Assembly of Taraba State House of Assembly.
Thereafter, the clerk called for nomination from members to elect a new Speaker of the House, where the former Speaker, Abel Peter Dia, seconded by the member representing Wukari 2 constituency, Josiah Yaro and Gay, nominated the member representing Zing constituency, John Kizito Bonzena, for the speakership seat.
As clerk, I rise to nominate the Right Honorable Bonzena Kizito John to take the chair as the Speaker. I so nominate. I stand to second the nomination of the Right Honorable Bonzena K. John. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives. I, Adam Abdullahi, do solemnly affirm.
The Speaker performed his first assignment by inaugurating the 24 members of the 10th Assembly and thereafter delivered his inaugural speech, which centered on building a better Taraba State.
We don't have any other state apart from Taraba State. So I want to appeal to you to always be by us. Approach us with bills. We have private bills. We have room for private bills. Approach us with bills that we think it will lead to the development of the state.
The 10th Assembly of the Taraba State House of Assembly is made up of 24 members from 5 political parties from the Taraba State House of Assembly, Jalingo. Simon Danladi Ata, NTA News.
The Labour Party Coalition for Good Governance has urged Nigerians to protect the sanctity of the National Youth Service Corps certificate from forgery, especially by politicians. Briefing newsmen in Abuja, Mr. Ken Asogwa, spokesman of the coalition, said proliferation of certificate forgery cases against public officials has become worrisome and a presage for unaccountability in office. Citing the NYSC certificate forgery case against the governor of Enugu State, Pitamba, as an example, Mr. Ken Asogwa alleged the use of media and played court orders by the defendants to erode the past of the NYSC.
This is before Enugu State Governorship Election Tribunal. This is before a Federal High Court in Abuja here. This is before Magistrate Court in Zone 6, this same NYSC issue. And if they feel that they have a case, a good case, to handle in that direction, they should leave this for courts to decide. But they are going about in the media, smearing the name of NYSC. So we are urging Nigerians that they should all wait till the courts decide on this matter. There is no need to tarnish NYSC.
The 200 persons have benefited from a skill acquisition and empowerment initiative organized in memory of Reverend Razak Okulaja of the Church of God Mission International in Abuja. Tokwe Alabi reports.
The empowerment was organized in honor of Reverend Razak Okulaja of the Church of God Mission International, who passed on a year ago, and in line with his vision of touching people's lives, his wife, Reverend Tonyu Okulaja, has decided to continue with his legacy by partnering Helpline Foundation.
It's just a determination to continue from where he stopped. That is why we started, and I'm encouraging everyone to key into it.
From this little training, you can go to the international market. It depends on how well you want to carry yourself. And when you do that, our pastor will be very happy.
He was somebody that will come and assist you at any point in time. And this is a time for us to reciprocate what he stood for.
43-year-old Moses Atta, who is one of the beneficiaries, is ready to explore enormous economic potential in soap making.
Every institution of this country actually needs soap. So we have so many options, but I actually picked this because I look at the level of demand.
We do t-shirts, we do some of this Ankara, create or design. If you want a company name on it, you can still quote on it. So it's going to bring a lot of money.
No one can do without food, so we must eat. So I went into confectionaries because it is about food.
Other beneficiaries who were trained in different vocations also got startup tools and grants.
Some of them, they've gone home to produce on their own, just to express themselves that yes, we've learned and we are ready to go to the market.
Besides the empowerment, the less privileged got some palliatives, while outstanding participants went with star gifts. With the needed skills acquired, backed with startup tools, these beneficiaries are expected to become active contributors as they unlock economic possibilities for self-reliance. In Abuja, Tokwe Alabi, NTA News.
And our first port of call is Lagos, where Adela is standing by to keep us up to speed with happenings from that zone. Adela, it's over to you.
Thank you, Olajide. Securing the Nigerian maritime domain is pivotal to harnessing the potentials of the blue economy and curbing oil theft. With President Bola Tinubu's marching orders to security operatives to curb oil theft and other marine crimes, experts are optimistic that it will no longer be business as usual along Nigeria's coastal lines. Joe Popola reports.
As a littoral state, the potentials of Nigeria's maritime sector, according to experts, are unquantifiable, but only a meager portion of these potentials are being exploited. One of the ways to open up the maritime domain and tap into the blue economy is to guarantee maximum security on Nigeria's maritime corridor, especially the Gulf of Guinea, for each free movement of vessels. The directive by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to security operatives to combat oil theft, according to experts, will not only curb loss of revenue, but also attract more investment into the nation's economy.
It is good that he has re-emphasized that now. So let them set out now and do what they ought to do. That's as simple as ABC. You know, these are constitutional responsibilities. and people should be seen to do their job. The Mr. President power has been delegated, and so you act on his behalf because he is not going to be everywhere.
The president is looking at solving the problem to bring back the economy, and some people are jeopardizing that by stealing our oil. I think he has also reaffirmed that. He has told the chief securities officers in the country to change the architectural drawing of safety and securing the country, especially the oil.
Stakeholders in the maritime sector wants the president to design a robust policy for economic diversification using the maritime sector as a springboard for the economic development the nation is yearning for.
They have to create port pass. Port pass is very, very important to regulate the number of people that go into the ports and the people that come out of the ports.
Experts are optimistic that if security is improved in the maritime domain, the economy will receive a boost. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
To keep pace with the changing dynamics of various sectors of a nation's economy, especially in the wake of digitalization, the tertiary institution's curricula needs to be reviewed periodically to meet the industry's demand. Against this background, experts are of the opinion that it is the only way graduates can be job ready when they leave school. Again, Joel Popola reports.
It is evolving with new trend and technology changing the way we live our lives. Same applies to the industry, hence the need for synergy between academics and professionals to know the changing dynamics to ensure undergraduates who are in various higher institutions are not oblivious of what is expected of them amidst the paradigm shift. This underscores the need for cross-fertilization of ideas between academics and professionals in various fields of human endeavors to produce graduates that can function with minimum supervision.
You must have the fundamental tenets that actually help build a house, and that's really what we need. And the collaboration across the sectoral groups, very important. Exchange between the town and the gown, working from a common competency framework so that we are all looking at the same thing at the same time because of the same audience we are trying to build. And at the end, the industry gets better for it.
There's a wide gap between the academic and the reality of the practice. So what we want is a robust curriculum in such a way that when students are finishing from the university, they will be useful and they can hit the ground and start running from the first day of employment.
We are trying to come up with the kind of curriculum that can at least take care of some of the changes that we have seen or we are witnessing now. But definitely as the curriculum is coming on board, new things are coming up, okay? So that's why it is a dynamic thing.
Beyond the consistency of the curriculum, industrial training should not be treated with kid gloves, while membership and certification by professional bodies should be made mandatory. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Those are the stories from Lagos for now. Nationwide continues with Ladidi Musa in Maiduguri after this break. But let's remind you that you can still follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. But stay with us.
You have to move from the point where you protect and defend your religion to a point where you also recognize the rights of the other person, of the other religion, and protect it. So if I am protecting my own territory and my own people and trying to emphasize their rights and protect their rights, I should also be thinking about how to protect the rights of the others.
Both Islam and Christianity recognize and defer to God, and both recognize the temporariness of the life of this world, and that ultimately we all go back to God for the day of reckoning, when everybody will render an account of his life on this temporary abode.
Your skill is key to your professional growth in the competitive broadcast media industry.
Take advantage of the following programs specially packaged by NTA Television College Jos to upgrade your skill. Marketing in the era of digital broadcast. Date 13th June to 23rd June 2023, 2 weeks. Drama production workshop. Date 3rd July to 21st July 2023, 3 weeks. Intermediate online news reporting skills. Date 24th July to 11th August 2023, 3 weeks. The course fee for the 2-week course is 120,000 naira, while the fee for the 3-week course is 150,000 naira only. Accommodation inclusive. All courses will hold at NTA Television College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For further inquiries, please call 0803-079-5335 or 0806-980-9807. NTA Television College, Jos. Training you to be the best you want to be. Registrar Announcer.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you. In your living room, office, and everywhere, anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs, and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel, Freeview channel 264, or live streaming via www.visiontv.co.uk.
And to watch NTA International in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, use the following satellite parameters.
You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
Welcome to Maiduguri. Governor Babagana Muslim has directed construction of a new hospital in Damboa as the existing health facilities are occupied by internally displaced persons from communities in the hinterland of the council area. Damboa local government is one of the local governments in southern Borno was hit by the Boko Haram insurgency and still maintains IDP's camps in the council headquarters. Mohammed Goro reports on the governor's working visit to the area.
The additional ultra-modern general hospital built to be constructed is aimed at unhindered and increased public access to quality and affordable healthcare services. The governor believes that the existing general hospital will serve as extension when vacated by the IDPs. Governor Zilim, during the visit, also approved the construction and remodeling of government secondary school Damboa, which was destroyed by Boko Haram insurgents. Governor Bagana Umar Azilim was at Garjan community, also in the Damboa local government, where he approved rehabilitation and fencing of 2 primary schools in the community. The schools to be reconstructed are Garjan Community Integrated Primary School and Garjan Central and Junior Secondary School. The governor assessed students' performance and approved recruitment of more teachers from residents with requisite qualifications. The governor visited Garjan alongside a UK-based urological surgeon, Professor Babamalam Gana, who hailed from Garjan town. Others in the governor's entourage include Engineer Ibrahim Idris, immediate first special advisor on monitoring and evaluation, and Dr. Ali Umar Bashir, a project coordinator at the Multi-Crisis Recovery Project of the World Bank. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Gwani, NTA News.
The federal government says it will continue to adopt strategies that will pave way for the acquisition of digital literacy among secondary school learners in line with global best practices. In this regard, the Federal Ministry of Education and Borno State Adolescents Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment Agile Project, among other partners, organized a 3-day capacity building training or remote learning platform across secondary schools in Borno. Abubakar Musa reports.
I want to show my appreciation to the Borno State government and the Borno Agile for the initiative of bringing this very important program to our school system.
Appreciate their effort for providing this laptop for us, and inshallah we are going to make good use of it.
These are some principals of the benefiting schools paying glowing tribute to the Federal Ministry of Education for not only organizing the capacity building training for 200 teachers selected across 42 pilot secondary schools in Borno but the distribution of 594 desktop computers, in addition to disbursement of over 412 million naira financial incentive across various secondary institutions.
We want to equip our learners to be always busy so that no any negative aspect of life will occupy their minds.
Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment, Agile, had so far renovated and constructed over 60 ICT centers in various secondary schools in Borno, equipped with solar energy.
We would like to thank the National Project Coordinator to plug up this workshop here in Borno State, and also thank the SPIU members of Borno State for supporting the program to be in our schools.
The students are expected to make the best use of the training during holidays. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Musa, NTA News.
That's a contribution from the Home of Peace. Nationwide continues with Olajide in Abuja. Olajide, back to you.
Many thanks, Olajide from Maiduguri. Moving on, Cross River indigents in diaspora have thrown their weight in support of Governor Basiatu towards building a better Cross River state. They showed their solidarity during the courtesy visit on the governor at his office in Calabar. Paul Abel reports.
The Cross River State indigenes, who are professionals in various fields in the United States and other countries, affirmed that they were on ground to attend the governor's inauguration ceremony due to the enormous confidence they have on him to deliver and build a better and prosperous Cross River for everyone to enjoy.
Perseverance in real estate wants to be part of the rebuilding of our great state. We want to join you in this new dawn, the new dawn of a new era, to make sure that Cross River State becomes what it should have been.
Governor Otu appreciated the patriotism, selflessness, commitment, and devotion of the delegation, who covered thousands of kilometers to be in Calabar, promising to utilize the trust bestowed on him and not to fail the people.
But it's time again for Cross River State not just to catch up, but to leapfrog and be exactly where it is supposed to be. And I know that the government alone cannot do this. We've set some serious targets for ourselves, and I believe that whether we like it or not, they're achievable. We want to build a stakeholder state where everybody will participate and have that spirit of commitment that, look, we want to make our place great.
A high point of the visit was the presentation of gifts and souvenir to Governor Otu to show their loyalty. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
Subsidy removal on petroleum was the last regulated product by the Buhari government before the recent action taken by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the issue. Experts say it is the game-changing decision that will open up the oil and gas sector for more investment, stability, job creation and economic profitability across the value chains. Lydia Sampson reports.
Diesel and kerosene has since been deregulated, with 400 billion naira monthly spent on subsidy. The removal, which experts both within and outside Nigeria had clamored for, is said to be the only panacea for salvaging the sector, and that feasible benefits, like saving the Nigerian economy, will continue to unfold.
The truth of the matter is that we either get rid of the fuel subsidy or the fuel subsidy gets rid of the Nigerian nation. In 2022, we spent $10 billion subsidizing the ostentatious lifestyle of the upper class of the society.
And NNPC indicated they cannot continue taking the burden because of the financial state of the NNPC, especially it's a now limited liability company.
For us, an NNPC will continue to guarantee supply of petroleum motor spirit into the country and other petroleum products. We will continue to support the government in making sure that there is a clement business environment in terms of supply of petroleum products.
The amount of subsidy that we are paying is enormous. So when there is full regulation, it means we have to pay some money for other. Otherwise, the government will not have any money to do any other things.
The pump price of petrol has changed. This is in line with market dynamics, which will now be driven by market forces. Some Nigerians with better understanding are already applauding the availability of products. Some on the other hand say it is a welcome development, as petrol prices across the country had never been the same. This is because Nigeria's petrol, which was the cheapest before subsidy removal, is smuggled to neighboring countries.
The leaders should know the best thing. If it's good for us, they should go ahead.
Whatever will be good may not be easy, but let's be patient. All will be well.
Nigerians are activating their resilience mode and devising ways to mitigate excessive spending, not just living with the reality, but many are saying movement will now be calculated.
Because if I should get full tank now, I will have to think before leaving the house.
The problem we have in the oil sector is not from the dealers.
This experience could mean the permanent end of long queues in Nigeria, as well as the unbundling of complexities of petroleum product supply across the value chains. This is more so as the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority will continue to ensure quality control is complied with, make sure the product is available, and give license to prospective importers who meet requirements. With the market now open for everybody that wants to import, monopoly of imports is expected to give way to competitiveness in the sector. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
The factional National Publicity Secretary of Labour Party, Abayomi Arabambi, condemns the proposed industrial action by the Nigeria Labour Congress built to commence next week Wednesday to protest the removal of fuel subsidy in the country. Briefing newsman in Abuja, Mr. Arabambi said Labour Party is fully in support of subsidy removal, which also formed part of the campaign promises of its presidential candidate, Peter Obi.
In fact, our position about the removal of subsidy during our campaign has not changed. We have not reversed that position because it was not our candidate that won the presidential election. Whatever we agreed during our campaign, and as a party that promote peace, equality, and justice in Nigeria, then we can't be found to be appropriating and reprobating at the same time. The same organized labor who stood on that position must not be seen to be working in crop purposes on the same thing that Atiku, Tinubu, and even Obi said they were going to do.
With the rise in pump prices of premium motor spirits across the country, many have decided to leave their cars at home and now sourcing for alternatives. Can you ever imagine bicycles taking the place of cars on the highways as new major means of transportation? Well, in this special report, Yemi Ajayi takes a look at the possibility and how efficient that will be. Over to you, Yemi.
The road, major theater of transportation, with cars tagged the major actors. Statistics reveal that 11.8 trillion cars ply the Nigerian roads yearly, with numbers increasing by the day. Maybe that's why road crashes became the major source of death, not just in the country, but globally as well. Over time, efforts have been made to reduce this unbearable burden, but the hydra-headed monster keeps surmounting the hurdle. Now, to look for other ways, including embracing bicycles as a major means of transportation. In other climes, bicycle is an effective and efficient means of transportation, especially with the benefits embedded, but yet to be popular in Nigeria.
You know, in Nigeria here, now if somebody see you now, you are on cycling, the first thing that will come to their mind is that, see this poor man. So first, we need to advocate about this thing and tell people about the health benefit.
With different awareness campaigns, stakeholders have tried convincing the people on the benefits of riding bicycles, especially as an answer to the burden of road crashes.
So to ensure safety, the road network must be designed considering the vulnerable road users who are the most at risk in mind, as they will feel safe walking and cycling, as this will further promote good health, sustainable cities and equitable society.
Maybe necessity will now compel the people to look that way, realizing that the fuel subsidy is gone, with prices of fuel already on the rise.
Cycling is a saving grace.
Your health-wise cycling is very, very good, because as a cyclist, if you are riding, you are fit at all time. The cost of maybe fuel, as you have said, is gone.
Children of young age, they should be using it to school, but government should be able to provide a safety road which they can ride on without motorists hurting them on the road.
In the light of this, many are now pleading for road networks to be redesigned to allow free movement of bicycles across the country, as many are already thinking in that direction. So, what are your thoughts? Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
The Abuja to Kaduna standard gauge train has added 2 trips on the corridor, now making it 4 trips daily. A statement by the Nigeria Railway Corporation indicates that the additional trips will commence operations from Sunday 4th June, comprising 2 trips from Abuja and another 2 from Kaduna. However, Wednesdays are exempted for services and maintenance. Now let's join Obey in Benin to give us updates from that zone. Obey, it's over to you.
And welcome to Benin. Christian leaders in Edo State want Nigerians to take ownership of the new administration of President Bola Tinubu and render the necessary support to enable it to deliver quality service to the nation. They expressed this view while fielding questions from our correspondent, Goodluck Inaini, who reports that the clergymen are also optimistic of the emergence of a better Nigeria.
Meeting the expectations of Nigerians, these Christian leaders say is the task for the present administration, which is why the business of governing the country should not be left for the president and his lieutenant alone. They solicit the support of Nigerians in building the Nigeria of our dream.
Christians should rally around the one who is there now. God to change people's hearts. It's very difficult to make changes. It will involve a lot of sacrifices. But I just want to encourage every one of us that we should abide by the choice of God for this moment, cooperate with Him, and let's see how far God will take Nigeria.
He should also know that he has a huge responsibility on his shoulders, and therefore he will do what we employ him to do, what will make the people also happy.
The clergymen also urge the president to put in place policies that will make Nigeria a prosperous nation.
Yes, subsidy must be removed, but let us do it gradually. They should put in place some palliative measures that will soft landing as we adjust to the new price regime.
In our encouragement, in our assistance, in our advice to promote the affairs of this nation.
They appealed to Nigerians to be patient and hopeful of a better future. In Benin, Goodluck Inaini, NTA News.
In order to bridge the gap in landscape management in Edo State, key players from the Ministries of Agriculture, Environment and other relevant departments and agencies have received training to coordinate and align their mandate for better service delivery. The report.
Fuel, revenue, to name a few, are what the forests provide for over 1.6 billion people. Here in Edo State, Okomu Forest Reserve in Edo South is a major source of revenue. This is a workshop for top management of the State Ministries of Agriculture, Environment, Forestry Commission and other relevant departments and agencies, saddled with the responsibility of overseeing the conservation and integrated management of forests and allied resources in the state, is to align their separate functions to encourage synergy.
This workshop is really for them to have that understanding that whatever you're doing, you are affecting other ministries.
Forest reserve. And so we are doing everything, and is doing everything to ensure that that forest reserve is fully operational.
Coordination is very important in anything that we do, and it enables us to achieve the results that we want.
The workshop also featured an interactive session where the participants proffered solutions to challenges mitigating against the growth of the forest landscape, such as lack of intersectoral coordination, excessive bureaucracy, inadequate data, and poor funding.
The ordinary users of that ecosystem that will be using that ecosystem will be able to communicate with them better.
I think one of the factors which is leading to our deforestation or forest degradation is that we are not managing the forest estate in an integrated form.
The communique from the training is expected to serve as a template for other inter-organization workshops in the country. In Benin, Obehio Toba Presai, NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. Let's join Olajide again now for the continuation of Nationwide.
Nigeria means a lot to me.
And Nigeria means peaceful cohesion.
My country.
We continue to pray, and then hopefully we will come to understand that unity of purpose, unity of living together. Our ethnic beliefs and background and culture is our strength.
Ever since the amalgamation period of 1914 to date, about 109 years ago, the people of Nigeria live very peacefully with one another.
I think diversity helps a lot to enhance robust development in Nigeria.
All over the country, have so many ethnic groups, over 250. That is enough to tell you that this is a blessed country, and that God has kept together as one indivisible entity.
Once people get lifted to a certain level, they start feeling godlike.
What would you attribute this backwardness in education to in the north to date?
I think Balai.
What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
The program is reflections.
Glad to know you're still there, and welcome back to Abuja. The chairman of the Police Service Commission, Suleiman Orase, promises to look into the status of qualified lawyers serving in the Nigerian police force, appearing in courts with the ranks of corporals, sergeants and inspectors. The chairman, who made the promise when he received the leadership of the Abuja branch of the Nigerian Bar Association, says cases of other junior police officers who acquired additional certificates in other disciplines while in service will also receive the attention of the Commission. Chairman MBA Abuja branch Afam Okeke revealed that lawyers who came into the police as junior officers, now with higher qualifications, are currently appearing and defending cases in courts for the Nigerian police force, but still wearing junior ranks. Now let's now join Felicia and Just to keep us up to speed from that zone. Felicia?
General of Police Usman Alkali Baba says training and retraining of personnel is key in reforming the force for optimal performance. This was while inaugurating the renovated Central Planning and Training Unit complex at the Police Staff College, Jos. The reports. Established in 1991 by the British government, the Police Central Planning and Training Unit, Police Staff College, Jos, aims at enhancing and developing capacities of officers and men to a standard that meets international best practice. The inauguration and donation of this renovated complex by the United Nations Development Programme and its partners is a lead way to achieving the much desired knowledge, training and skills to reform the Nigeria police force.
Trained police means a safer public, an engaged public. Also it means a police force that adheres to human rights, that responds to the needs and the requests of the Nigerian public. We have
police officers from Germany that come and carry out trainings here, train the trainers courses. There's work being done on the planning of the training and how it's carried out.
While appreciating the foreign donors for the project, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, represented, says the conducive learning environment equipped with world-class facilities will further boost the efficiency of the police force.
Training is a prerequisite to the change that we want to bring in the Nigerian police.
Acting Commandant of the Police Staff College promised to make judicious use of the facilities, saying it came at the right time. And in other news, Plateau State government is working out modalities to address incessant attacks in communities across the state. Governor Caleb Mutfwang gave this indication during his visit to Riom and Mangu communities to identify with victims of attack. Grace Akwegotip reports.
This is the first community the governor is visiting after he was sworn into office. The visit is strategic because Riom local government has been under series of attacks for years. The governor says he is in the community to encourage them and to assure them that their years of afflictions are over. As a 5-member committee will be inaugurated under the chairmanship of the deputy governor.
We must have everybody, whether they are Fulani, whether they are Hausa, whether they are Yoruba, whether they are Igbo. That is how society will make progress. So we will try to make sure that we build the necessary bridges that will enable us to live together in harmony. All those who have refused to come to security meeting before, by the grace of God, we will work on that as a project and make sure they come to the next security meeting.
At Mangu local government area, he commiserated with the Mishkagam Magavul and other traditional rulers before interacting with stakeholders, religious and community leaders at the local government secretariat. Governor Mutfwang was also at the internally displaced persons camp in Mangu and some of the villages that were attacked. He assured the displaced that government will do all within its power to end the attacks, as well as resettle them back to their ancestral lands. In Jos, Grace Akwegoti, NTA News.
Those are the stories from here. Olajide is back to you in Abuja for what's left of the news.
Many thanks, Felicia. And moving on, former President Muhammadu Buhari has submitted his asset declaration forms to the Code of Conduct Bureau, CCB, in line with Chapter 6 of the Constitution. The CCB today issued an acknowledgement receipt as the completed declaration shows that his movable assets did not increase at home in Nigeria or outside and did not add new bank accounts outside the only one he had in Union Bank, Kaduna. He has taken no loans and has no liability. The number of animals in his farms recorded little decrease due to the number he gave out as gift in the last 4 years. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is investigating the former Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Talon. A source from the commission disclosed that the former minister has been quizzed over allegations of money laundering and misappropriation of funds to the tune of 2 billion naira during her tenure as minister. The expression of ideas and emotions with the creation of certain aesthetic qualities were displayed through painting at the 2023 Nigeria-China Painting Awards ceremony in Abuja. Juliana Nicholas reports that the event was organized by the Chinese Embassy in Nigeria.
Creativity at its peak. It is the 2023 China-Nigeria Painting Competition Awards ceremony jointly organized by the China Cultural Center in Abuja and the Federal Capital Territory Secondary Education Board. The competition, which started with more than 10 entrants of the China Corner Schools in the FCT with 100 pieces of paintings collected, it all comes down to the top 5 finalists in this hall. These works of art on display are products of undergraduate students of FCT secondary schools.
For this competition that you see that is come to forth for awards today, honestly, it is in the followership of a system that has developed for us to stay together, live and to love ourselves. And we'll say, long live Nigeria, long live China.
Over 40 African countries over 3,000 paintings. Among them, Mr. Prosperous painting win first prize.
The competition is poised to groom and support young Nigerians to harness their potential in creativity.
I'm very excited. I'm happy that we are known all over the world for good things, not for the wrong reasons. So I'm very happy. And the captivating thing there is the dream. Everybody has a dream. So the dream they have and the competition, marrying them together, this will make them feel a sense of belonging, that they have something to offer to the society.
With the theme, My Dream, a winner has emerged, but take home for these young creative minds is to translate their passion for economic growth as well as a tool for sustainable development. In Abuja, Juliana Nicholas, NTA News.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has conducted successful operations across Nigeria, resulting in significant seizures and arrests. In Edo State, a large warehouse containing over 3 tons of skunk was discovered in a forest and subsequently destroyed. Additionally, 76.9 kilograms of Canadian loud was seized from the vehicles at the Port Harcourt Port Complex. In Kano, Kaduna, Borno and Oyo States, the agency conducted raids and recovered 390 kilograms of illicit drugs with multiple arrests made. A fatal auto crash occurred last night in Zakirai town around Ringim Kano Road, with 18 lives lost and 12 sustaining injuries. The Co-Public Education Officer, Assistant Co-Marshal Bisi Kazim, in a statement attributes the incident to overloading and night travels, which have remained major causes of auto crashes. Co-Marshal Daudu Alebiu, who is saddened by the laws, cautions motorists to avoid night travels, overloading and speeding. He assures of intensive surveillance and urges the public to always dial the FRSA emergency number 122 for swift response to distress across the country. Now, the Hydroelectricity Power Producing Areas Development Commission, HYPODEC, has announced that the ongoing water channel project aimed at mitigating excessive flooding in Koton-Karfi community in Kogi local government area of Kogi State is now 78% complete. During an assessment visit to the area, a team from the commission shared this update. Francis Udojo reports.
Channeling project in Koton-Karfi became imperative following series of devastation caused by flood, especially during the mid of rainy season. Poor drainages, blockage of water channels, among others, were identified by HYPODEC after an assessment tour of the area as some of the major causes of flooding, and decided to award the contract 3 weeks ago for the control of the menace. The joy in the faces of the people in the community is a manifestation of their expectations when this project is finally completed.
See the people that are coming here to come and watch this work. You will know that the people appreciate what HYPODEC has done. And I want to thank the leadership of HYPODEC.
Meeting up with the 8 weeks contractual completion period, having gone up to 78% in just 3 weeks, is the assurance of both HYPODEC consultant Abaka Mohammed and the project director Ilyasu Abdullahi Wara.
We are up to 78% completion. For this phase of the job, we have around 620 meters to handle. That is both excavation and desilting. Then we have also specified areas to do concrete lining.
HYPODEC Managing Director, represented by the Director of Finance and Administration, Jimo Haruna Gabi, also expressed confidence that the project will be delivered sooner.
We have engaged the contractor that we felt will be able to do it, and they have shown capacity to accomplish the contract that has been awarded.
Mr. Gabi appealed to the residents of the area to desist from any act capable of blocking water channels to avoid reoccurrence of flooding in the area. From Lokoja, Francis Udojo, NT News.
And up next is Sport Update.
The Flying Eagles of Nigeria will later today battle it out with South Korea under-20 at the ongoing FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Argentina for a place in the semi-final of the competition. USA will host Uruguay in the other quarter-final match for today. On Saturday, tournament favourites Brazil were booted out by debutant Israel 3-2, while Italy also secured their semi-final slot following their 3-1 victory over Colombia. In the women's game,